Hi again, friends. We're back now with a short video of exercises that can help our musicality. And what we're doing in this is really reinforcing a couple of ideas. The first of which is that every note has a beginning, middle, and end. And if we're sustaining it really for any longer than that, we can hear the shape of it. So it could crescendo, it could decrescendo, it could do both of those things and crescendo, decrescendo, or it could do the opposite of that and decrescendo, crescendo. It really, of course, all depends on the message of the song, what's happening with the lyric and the musical moment that is happening. So we'll be reinforcing that idea that there is shape to anything sustained, and also that a phrase, especially with anything that repeats, is always moving. It always has a sense of line and motion to it, again, so that there is nothing terribly static about it. So this is not just about dynamic, though that is the most obvious of the tools available to us. But as you get more and more comfortable with it, you can really examine your energy, your intention, your sense of phrase, shape, and line, so that we are singing with one great big idea in mind, rather than just note to note to note. That's what we're after. We're going to start with an exercise that goes back and forth between E and O. I like this exercise because it's also good for moving vowels around into a shared sense of space. That's not the purpose of it, but you can be mindful that we're borrowing from each of the colors of these vowels so that they're both open, free, and clear. The exercise sounds like this. E-O, 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 E. Because we're reinforcing a sense of line and musicality in this, we want to be certain that as those notes repeat, they have a sense of trajectory, of motion and destination. And that destination is the end of the phrase, rather than E-O, 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 E, where each note is its own thing. We want to sing the beginning with the end in mind. E-O, 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 E. Now that could do any number of things. You could start loud, E-O, 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 E, and do minuendo. You can crescendo it. You can combination those shapes and put anything into the phrase you want. But see that you have a sense of the whole line in your head as you sing this. Try it with me. And E-O, 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 E. Nice breath. Keep a sense of elevation to these repeated notes. Good to reinforce intonation as well. Could be anti-gravity singers. Everything is legato and air-driven. One more. I hope that's just starting to awaken your mind to the idea that we can sing one line and start to give it shape, even when a note repeats. The next exercise we're going to go to is going to introduce a sustained note in the middle of the line so that we can give it that sense of shape. As we begin this, the easiest way to call our attention to the beginning, middle, and end of a note is usually to crescendo it. So we're going to sing an E and an Ah vowel. The opening is a leap from 1 to 5, do to sol. E, ah. That's all there is to it. So the timing is 3 beats on that second note. E, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. That's the timing. We're going to take a breath after each one and go up. See if on each one of those you can continue to reset that dynamic and have somewhere to go on the sustained note, so we really hear its arc and trajectory with a beginning, middle, and end, none of which ever sound the same. Give it a try. E to ah. Nice breath, and here we go. E, ah. E, ah. You've got it. musical. The next exercise we're going to do gives us an actual lyric to sing, and the lyric is simply, I love you, which are lyrics we might sing relatively often in terms of our performances. So the first way that we're going to sing this is with the leap of a sixth up, and then down to do. Numerically, that's 5, 3, 1, or sol, mi, do. Alright, so we sing, I love you. Again, an opportunity to sculpt each note, but also sing a phrase, and now put some meaningful lyrical energy into it. The singable consonants are a great place to continue the energy flow, and to practice our resonating of those sounds without ever losing energy either vocally or lyrically. Alright, try that with me. I love you, and I love you. Notice that it's so easy to just attack the upper leap when we could sing, I love you, right? Which isn't particularly musical. So be certain that we have a little bit of release dynamically so that you can sculpt that note as well. I love you. You can pick an octave. You're turning that first diphthong. Buzz the V of love, and one more. Wonderful. Now we turn that around, so that we're not just reinforcing it with leaps up, but also leaps down, which typically tend to lose energy, both musical and vocal. So now the sequence is going to be, right, that's 3, 5, 1, mi, sol, do. Same lyric, I love you. Same opportunities for shapes. When we descend, be certain that we don't shrink down and into ourselves. I love. It's easy to collapse when we have a rather large leap like that. And so be certain that we're maintaining good alignment, a sense of buoyancy throughout, and a sense that each one of these notes still has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Here we go. I love you, and I love you. You can slide if you wish. Both ways are right. I love you. Or cleanly, however you wish. Just be certain that you're singing a phrase with shapes. Now as we have our onset a little higher, be certain you still have room to give it shape. One more now. And you can go back and do that with any lyrical combination that you want to play with it, adding those word sounds in to the musical line and crafting each one of those sustained notes with the idea of some kind of shape. We end with an exercise that allows us to sing longer phrases, being mindful of what it could be like to sing portions of a song with awareness of phrase to phrase and connecting those phrases. So our lyric for this is sing E, sing A, sing Ah. The musical sequence sounds like this. Breath. Another breath. each of those is what goes back and forth between sing E, sing A, and sing ah. So we start here and sing, sing E. All right, the next one, we come in on the same note after breathing and leap another fourth. Sing A. Take another breath, same note, and one more fourth up for sing ah. Sing ah. We stay on ah the rest of the line. All right, so we have opportunities on all of those sustained notes for shapes, of course. We also have an opportunity to be mindful of how our ends of phrases are being executed. Here's what it could sound like if I allow them to drop and don't energize the breath with any awareness of connection to the whole phrase. Here's what that might sound like. Sing E, sing A, sing up. Can you hear how each thing is just kind of its own event and then that big whole of energy? So we want to be aware of the whole. All right, and here's what that would sound like if I use the phrase ending and breath as an opportunity to sing one phrase. Sing E, sing A, sing ah. You hear? So that the breath, which is a rest of music, right? It's a period of silence, but it needn't be unenergized. So see that you're singing with a zoomed out awareness of the whole musical line, and all of those places are an opportunity to have energy. Try it with me. Sing E. Here we go. Sing E. Breathe. Sing E. Breathe. Sing ah. Stay there. We're going to go up a half now. Up another half. And open, shaping everything. Couple more. Try the next one soft. Maybe a little crescendo now. Let's open up this last one. And hopefully you're feeling that sense of connection between those phrases into one long musical line. Hopefully you're now more aware of some of the components of bringing phrases to life and making them a bit more musical, with the idea of not singing note to note and not singing phrase to phrase, but singing thoughts, stitching them all together. Once you do a few of these exercises, grab a piece of music and practice singing them with the lyrics so that you can be aware of intentional lyric flow, being mindful of necessary lyrical inflections to bring the message to life, and see that they partner with places of sustained notes that have a beginning, a middle, and an end, so that we're taking the audience on a journey from the very start through the last bit of any song that we sing, never letting them down by pulling our energy away, especially that musical energy. So all of our songs are filled with as much life as possible. Happy singing, my friends. I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.